And Kwara is a north central state. It's not a southwest state. So if Tinubu could lose in Lagos, if he could lose in Osun, and won in Kwara, so somebody will now say it's because of Tinubu. No, it's so, rather it is we in Kwara that delivered Tinubu.
So Kwara State delivering 100% for APC.
100%
is the goodwill, or is the good work of
it's the good work of the leadership of the state. If the government has, but Saturday's election is going to be an endorsement, just a ceremonial endorsement for the performing governor AbdulRahman AbdulRazaq, because victory is already on our side, but we just need to fulfill all righteousness, go out and cast our vote.
All right, viewers, you are welcome to another interesting package of the gubernatorial and House of Assembly election countdown, reaching you from the Informat 247. Aishat Oyindamola additional is my name. In the studio with me is Lanre Sulayman, an APC chieftain. How do you do?
Thank you for having me.
All right, my guest and I will be analyzing the coming gubernatorial election. So, sir, I'll start with, your party did well during the presidential election. What are the chances that APC will emerge victorious come Saturday?
Well, as we all know, Kwara is one of the states that delivered 100%, one of the very few states that delivered 100% for the APC victory nationwide. We had what we call 9-0. We delivered 3 National Assembly members for the Senate and 6 members of the House of Representatives. So we had a 100% performance, which there's no state in the whole of the country that has delivered such. We still have some states that are yet to be concluded, some seats like Sokoto and Borno, for example. But Kwara, so far, we are the only state that delivered 100% for the APC.
And do you think that will be replicated on Saturday?
Definitely, because every politics is local. If the APC at the state level has not performed well, we would not have had the result that we had 2 weeks ago. So it shows that our party, under the leadership of the governor, AbdulRahman AbdulRazaq, we have been able to convince the people of Kwara that the mandate that they gave us in 2019 is still very much intact, and that shows the last election shows that Kwarans still have every confidence in the APC as being led by AbdulRahman AbdulRazaq. His performance is there, which I believe has spoken even louder than the campaigns that we have done.
Okay, do you think there's any chances of other opposition parties merging with APC?
Well, at this hour, we cannot talk of merger again, because merger means people dropping their platform and coming together to form a new platform. So what we can have, which we already have, that it has been happening, when politicians, when everybody sees the handwriting on the wall that this is the party in town, this is the only party in Kwara. So every political actor wants to associate with success. Nobody wants to associate with failure. So presently, as I speak to you, a reasonable percentage of people from the opposition have already joined the APC in Kwara, and we are still expecting more. In fact, we are expecting some big names within this week who are still going to join us. Not for any other thing, but Saturday's election is going to be an endorsement, just a ceremonial endorsement for the performing governor AbdulRahman AbdulRazaq, because victory is already on our side, but we just need to fulfill all righteousness, go out and cast our vote. Because while we are voting, we also want to make history. There are percentage of votes that we want to have. At least we want to be able at the end of the day to deliver about 80 to 90% of the total votes. The last election we had about 69%, I think, in 2019. But this time around we are looking at over 80% of total vote, minimum of 80%. So it's not about having the victory, but at the same time having a massive victory. So we are the door of the APC in Kwara City is opened to everybody. It's politics. People are free to move from either side, whether you are PDP, you are SDP, in fact, presently we are still receiving the campees. This afternoon we are still receiving the campees. Tomorrow we are still going to receive money. Even after the election, we are still going to receive the campees. But what is important, and I want anybody or those that are joining the APC to know, APC is a progressive party what the Yoruba people will call Egbe Onitesiwaju, meaning the cardinal principle of every member and the leadership of the APC as presently constituted in Kwara is we want the progress of our people. What is paramount to us is the development of the state. What is paramount for us is for us to make personal sacrifices and make sure we impact positively on the lives of the people and Kwara as a state. So if you are coming to the APC, have that mindset. There is what we call reorientation. There's what they call re-education. There's what they call re-evaluation. It is allowed in politics. Those that are coming from the PDP, SDP, or any other political party, we are going to educate them, reorient them, and give them a new perspective that this party that you are coming is not to share the national cake, is not done in APC, is not to give appointments or to do that. We are after the progress or development of the states.
Okay, before we go to the progress and development of the state, so basically what you're saying is that this Yoruba adage applies to what is happening in APC in Kwara, that vote here, so what you are just waiting for is for people to go and vote officially and announce Governor Abdulrahman AbdulRazaq, if I am
Yes.
right. Okay, then if all other opposition parties march together against the APC, do you still think that Kwarans will vote massively for APC?
Let me give you already in the political realm, there's what they call post-election analysis. After the election on 2 weeks ago, we sat down, we look at the results. We had about four parties participated actively in terms of the National Assembly elections. We had the PDP, the SDP or NNPP or thereabout. So if you look at the summation of their votes, if you combine all the votes that the opposition's parties got in Kwara in 2 weeks ago in the National Assembly presidential election, it's not even up to what APC got. It's just we are saying that probably if I have 100 votes now and the opposition, somebody has 30, somebody has 10, somebody has 12, they are now saying if they match together, they can consider. No, because had their result together, it's not even up to what we did, what we had. So comfortably, we know that even if the opposition comes together, they are still going to fail. They won't even fail small, they will fail big. Because they have, the first election is always a political litmus test where everybody goes into it with all his strength. The resources, the logistics, the propaganda and everything was deployed. So the best performance of the opposition has been displayed.
Okay, sir. That is for the party, APC
Yes.
party. Now let us talk of Governor Abdulrahman AbdulRazaq a little. People out there are saying that, some people out there are saying
Okay.
that they are not voting for the party, they are voting for individual, which means that some voted for Tinubu, not APC itself.
Okay.
Do you think Malam Abdulrahman AbdulRazaq has people are willing to vote for Malam Abdulrahman AbdulRazaq personally and not the party?
Let me give you this very simple. We had about 2 weeks ago, like I repeated, we had the presidential election, the senatorial election, and the House of Representatives. We have 3 senatorial districts and 6 national House of Representative seats. In all these places, people voted. The candidate of Kwara North is not the candidate of Kwara Central. We had Senator Sadiq from Kwara North, we have Lola Shuri Kwara South, and Salim Mustafa from Kwara Central. So every one of them went to the ballot as a candidate of the party. You discover that the same vote that this person got here might be different from what this person got here. Along the line, some people still voted. You see some disparities when it comes, particularly House of Reps in some seats. When probably you count the ballot here, you see 120 for Senate, you see House of Rep 115. That means 5 people did not vote along, they didn't agree with you. But aggregately, summation, what the 9 candidates had in common and Tinubu in Kwara is AbdulRahman AbdulRazaq. If a lot of people, some people who are not really politically inclined, I say, and it's the truth, I think probably because of Tinubu. Actually, Bola Tinubu lost in Lagos. That is the fact. He's in Lagos, he's based in Lagos, all his life is in Lagos, his children, his family, everything is in Lagos. He lost in Lagos. So if Tinubu's popularity could not give him victory, how would Tinubu popularity help us in Kwara? No, rather it is the popularity of AbdulRahman AbdulRazaq that helped actually Tinubu. We leave Lagos, we go to Osun, where a lot of people believe it is the ancestral state of our presidential candidate is Osun. Atiku Abubakar from Adamawa, he defeated Tinubu in Osun. So, and Kwara is a north central state, it's not a southwest state. So if Tinubu could lose in Lagos, if he could lose in Osun and won in Kwara, so somebody will now say it's because of Tinubu. No, it's rather it is we in Kwara that delivered Tinubu.
So Kwara State delivering 100% for APC.
100%
is the goodwill, or is the good work of
it's the good work of the leadership of the state. If the government has failed, we will not be able to tell people to vote for this party again. That is the truth. But because the party has excelled, I was on here about 2-3 years ago. I told someone then at the public forum that what will determine the success of or otherwise of AbdulRahman AbdulRazaq in 2023 would depend largely on his performance and the verdict of the people, not because one stakeholder field is aggrieved. I said it here about 2 or 3 years ago, if you could recall, that not because one stakeholder is aggrieved or somebody feels he has not benefited more from government. No, what happened in 2019, not again in 2019, was the removal of power from few political elites to the people. The people became aware that our vote counts. We are making decisions. So it's not because one allergy from somewhere or one person has a agbada or he has some money to throw out and refuse. No, I will decide for you. No, it's not done. People now sit down and look at performance. Have you done well? Of course, people will disagree based on, but at the end of the day, the majority will have their way. So the majority spoke loudly in 2019. They took a risk. We are trying you people for the very first time.
All right.
So in 2023, you have seen it in the first election,
presidential election.
So they are saying again that you have done well. Continue.
All right. There has been allegation of vote buying against Malam AbdulRahman AbdulRazaq government, which has come in the form of palliative to several groups in the state. What do you have to say about this?
Yoruba will say "Ọ̀tá ẹni kò kí ń pa odò ọ̀yà," meaning if you don't like somebody, you look for every justification just to discredit the person. I understand some of these things. All of these things are coming from the opposition. All these some people who are still dealing with the shock of losing an election. There are several stages to grief. The first is denial. So they are still living in denial. What happened in the case of they're talking about the social investment program. This administration came in May 2019. During COVID, a lot of stuff happened in the Ilorin. People went to ShopRite to steal a lot of stuff. The government now came in with an idea, because when at that time there was this grants that were given to those that were affected by the activities of hoodlums. So that signals something in the mind of the government that there is need for us to have a social investment program, which has already been in our manifesto before. But the lockdown then brought it, made it more urgent, made it more desiring that time.
Okay.
So the social investment program has been managed by the pioneer GM Mohammed Brima.
Okay.
The idea is to make sure that the informal sector drives the economy of this country. You have to understand that. I mean, what I mean by informal sector is those that are not probably in the open tax regime. Talking of the woman that sells urubo, that sells tomato in the market. Imagine someone using 5,000 naira to survive, has turned around, make profit of 500, 1,000 naira, use it to raise a family. Imagine such a person is being given 50,000 as an example. If you can manage 5,000, 10,000 naira to sustain a business over the years, such a person will manage 50,000 naira more. So the government now set up this scholarship, ask people go and apply. In 2020, after the COVID lockdown, the government said go and apply. Some people did not apply because they didn't believe in the program then. It was to give soft loans for young entrepreneurs. At the end of the day, over 300 million naira was disbursed through the banking sector. They were selected. Those that applied were selected. It was just because such a thing has never happened in Kwara before. Unlike before, during the past administration, I can say it with every sense of responsibility. What they will do is somebody will sit down at his father's house here at Ililoki and start giving women 500 naira and semo, and they'll go. And that is people's money. It's not your personal wealth. It's people's money. You will not subject them to demeaning situations, undignifying. But this government said no. What you are going to do is the resources of the people, we will invest it back into them through the Kwara State Social Investment Program, KWASI. So people applied. In fact, a lot of those people that benefited were even members of the opposition because they applied and they were interviewed. They got it in 2020. Like, same thing again was done in 2021. We had Owo Ishowu, we had Owarubo, which has been on for 3 years. So are we voting? Were we contesting an election 3 years ago where we had Owarubo established? This thing is monthly. We had Owo Ishowu also, which has been going on since 2020. So should we say because election is coming, we should not stop it? No. Assuming we did not start in those times, probably we started 6 months to election. It could have been, oh, probably they are doing good vying. But no, we started 2020, 2021 also, 2022 also. So it's part of the cardinal principle of this government that we are going to make social investment a priority. Where young men and women, somebody that went to go and learn a certain trade needs cash or needed cash to further the business. What you have learned, you need resources to start up. Government now say we are going to. Some of them have come through grants, some have come through soft loans, which a lot of Kwarans have benefited. So the opposition is just crying foul because they feel ordinarily if it had been them, the one allergy in one local government would just put it in his pocket and start sending his concubines to Hajj or for privilege. But not like that anymore. The people are being given the honor and respect they deserve. It is your money. Let us look at how we can assist ourselves. Take the case of the artisans. Last year, they were given money. The Artisans Union, go and bring your membership. Those that need support, you give them money among membership. It is an open and transparent process. So are you saying because election is coming, we should suspend? Governance is continuing. They are still tying road 2 days or 3 days to the election. They will still tie road on Sunday or Monday after the election. So governance, it doesn't stop for anybody. I just want to urge and appeal to the remaining members of the opposition because a lot of them have been emptied. Their home has been emptied already. So the few ones that are still there, if you truly love your state and you want development in this state, all you need to do is there is no shame in accepting that you have been wrong.
Emptied in what way exactly?
Okay. If you have been following the news, of course you are a news person, there has been decamped. Nobody has decamped from the APC to the PDP or SDP in Kwara since the last election. Nobody. But we have received thousands of decampees between that time and that time. From where? There's this critical stakeholder in my own ancestral ward, Magajingeri. I've known this man since I was little. I was 7 or 8 years old. I've known him to be a typical member of the Forgotten Dynasty. This man, I just had the news that they've been calling me that this person wants to decamp. I said, well, I don't think is the truth. Not until I saw him openly addressing the people. He now admitted that he was part of a structure that destroyed this state. He admitted that he was part and parcel of it. But as a Muslim, there is nothing wrong in seeing that you have gone astray before, than you have taken time to repent. Because at the end of the day, people used to say that you can't do politics, you can't be a politician and enter paradise. No, it is how you do it. That in everything you do in this life, you can use it to secure the favor of Allah, if you believe in God truly. Because you cannot be using the people's words in a way that is in fact, I don't pray that Kwara should ever return to those era again.
All right, sir. Moving forward, the major opposition party said that 2019 election was won with propaganda and lie, and that some of the promises made to the people are not met. Do you think that you did not meet up to expectations?
First of all, let me start from the issue of lies and propaganda. In 2003, when Dr. Bukola Saraki became a governor, the incumbent governor then was late Mohamed Lawal, and may God rest his soul. Bukola Saraki came in. I was not a baby at that time. That was my first election that I voted. So it was an era that it was a dark time in Kwara politics. In 2007, they won again. They were opposition party then. We had the DPP, we had the Hakot Party, as led by Colonel Bamigboye. The DPP, Ngola Wipo. Then the AC, Senator Mokajola Jade was the candidate then. The election was won by the PDP, the incumbent governor, Dr. Bukola Saraki. In 2011, Mohamed Elebe Gore ran under the platform of the ACN. Fatai Ahmed contested under the platform of the PDP, while Gbemisola Saraki, the sister to Dr. Bukola Saraki, contested under the platform of the Action Congress Progressive of Nigeria, ACPN. The present governor contested under the platform of the CPC, Congress for the Progressive Change or something, with Muhammadu Buhari then as a candidate.
Okay.
The opposition lost an election, still lost the election then to Fatai Ahmed. In 2015, Fatai Ahmed won a second term. Opposition then was led by Senator Simon Ajibola, of the PDP candidate. He lost the election. Now in 2019, they lost. They now ask them. This is there's terminology that psychotherapists used to use. Is this Stockholm syndrome or something?
Yes.
When you are not embracing the reality, you are deceiving yourself. You won in 2003, you won in 2007, you won in 2011, you won in 2015. 4 consecutive elections. Now, if they had done what they call the true self-assessment or evaluation of what went wrong in 2019, these people will even come out to come and talk. The same people that gave you the mandate in 23, they gave you mandate 2007, 2011, and 2015, they gave you their mandate 16 years. You are now telling them that they subjected themselves in 2019 to propaganda and lies. Have you asked yourself, what was our performance? What were we doing before? The 2019 election did not just come. I keep telling people, in fact, we did interview has been a one-on-one with a member of the opposition. I will probably school some of them a bit.
Perhaps in our subsequent.
Yes, it should happen. You know the reason why?
Yes.
As at 2016, in this Ilorin, I don't know of other places, people were going to steal semo at the market. There was a minimum that ought to have been done by the pastor that Fatai Ahmed did that time. The highest person, it was only level 1 to level 6 that benefited, 18,000. Every other level from 7 to 15, 16, 2,000, 3,000 naira. So we are telling them that they that said they don't want to vote against because of this reason that they are fools. In 2017, we had a local government election conducted by the then government. They lost. Despite the fact that they conducted the local government election, they lost. That was enough signal for them.
You said in 2016, some people went to the market.
Yes.
Can you explain that?
Thank you very much. We're talking about a period where there was the increment in price of petroleum, when the PMS then, the economy was so bad, just like COVID. But you know what the administration did? And one administration, instead of carrying money, stealing money, we said no, let us put the money to the people. Don't steal money, make people the priority. Because if there is humanity in Yomba, it is the responsibility of government. When there's famine or there's problem, economic hardship, the government will do what they call like a subsidy regime, something to bail them out, something to ease their suffering. The same thing that happened in 2016 or 2017. COVID was worse, if you agree with me.
But people out there, they have not accepted that this time is better. It's still the same.
The election has
economic
been
hardship.
No. There will always be challenges, even in America. We are talking about special circumstances when things. Okay, the example of COVID. You can't compare the suffering during COVID with the suffering that we are experiencing now. COVID was worse because people could not go to work. People could not work. Not enough food. Everybody was restricted. But the government then, they look for resources because they have been prudent. Let us be giving people money, soft loans, food, items here and there. Don't steal people's money. If they were the one, they would have crippled this state more. They saw all these things coming. These indicators were there. but they ignored. Somebody was in Abuja because he was Senate president. The leader of of their party was Senate president then. He was battling CCT case, code of conduct tribunal, corruption cases. The man at home, the governor then, he was busy doing his own thing. Nobody really cared about the people. There was total disconnection between the rulers and those that are being ruled. Nothing. We are just there because I wanted to become the Senate president. Okay, my governor, someone who everybody knew was a puppet. He said it himself when some people came to come and meet him during the time that they wanted to move. He said they should go and talk to Bukola Saraki, the former governor. Yes, he said it openly that Bukola Saraki is his leader. So if somebody can say Bukola Saraki was his leader, that means he doesn't take the decision for himself. This is pure fact. The governor said it openly. I'm not saying it on his behalf. He said it. There are records there, public records. Check online, you see it, where he admitted that his political fortune, his political decision, his leader is Bukola Saraki.
All right, we'll be running up in a few minutes now. But lastly, the opposition party have always been emphasizing that this administration, within 4 years, have borrowed more than the previous administration. Can you give a vivid account of what the money was used for and its impact in Kwara State?
Thank you very much. First of all, when you have a wounded animal reacting, you should understand. Of course, all these things they are saying are just they are just shouting. Let me give you a brief. Between 2015 and 2019, Abdul Fattah Ahmed administration, they got the CBN bailout. I hope all of us is like we have forgotten. They got loans. In fact, loans, a lot of loans. But I don't know the details. But probably as time goes on. But the difference between the last administration and this administration is this. Our home bond, the bond that this government has gotten, the government is not having any money. What we have done in this case is that if you have a particular bond that you want to use to pursue to implement a certain project, it will be directly from the if I award a contract, the bond is going to finance it through the banks. It's not as if money is passing through the Kwara State government directly. No, it's not done. What you have done is you have this project. Okay, this is the bond. This is where we are financing it from the contractor to the source at which we are getting the bond. That is how it is done now, so that nobody is going to finger the government and say they have stolen any money. And as a matter of fact, generally, it's a global practice. You secure loans or bonds to implement infrastructural projects that will in turn drive the economy and improve your revenue. We have the Visual Arts Center currently under construction. We have the International Conference Center currently under construction. We have the Innovative Hub currently under construction. These three projects alone, I don't want to go to for you have the garment factory and all. I'm not going there. But let us stay on Ilorin Visual Arts alone. Ilorin Visual Arts, in the whole of this country, is only in Lagos that we have. We are talking about post-production, those that are in the entertainment industry. They know the value of the Dolby studio. After Lagos, probably you are going to get in Ghana. A lot of people finish their own shoots. But post-production has always been difficult. You be on 3 months, 4 months post-production in this country, you have not been stated to be attended to. So if when completed, it's going to be the biggest, even bigger than the one in Lagos, the whole of West Africa, even beyond West Africa. They'll be coming to Kwara to come out for their post-production. Most of the movies that we see today, Netflix and all, a little percentage of it are being done in the studio, the Dolby studio. We don't have that. This is visual art is giving us that. What will drive the attention of the people? You know, that is massive investment. In fact, the hospitality business is going to just imagine somebody like Stevens, all those movie arts, international movie arts. They are coming to Ilorin. We will see them. It will increase our IGR. A lot of business. We are talking about making billions. It's a massive and smart investment. Unlike them, the previous administration, where they will collect loan, somebody will just go to the bank, withdraw money, billions in cash. Yes, I can say it authoritatively. Some of them were being interrogated a few months ago because certain money was withdrawn in cash in 2012 or 2013. In cash. What did you use the money for? They said they wanted to use it to prosecute an election, which was almost 2 years away. That is how they ran this government. If somebody is now saying, I'm borrowing, I'm using it to invest, and you are saying the investment, please, what is the harm? The International Conference Center is there. They can go and look at it. The Lord Visual Art is there. The Innovation Hub is there. The garment factory is there, completed. The government just commissioned the OC Obuayegune 11-kilometer road. Is there. Look at the Alikma to Oloje road. Is there. These are what we use the money, the bond that they are talking about to do. We can see it.
And this sum of amount borrowed, this investment, I think this investment will be able to
definitely,
like
in smart investment.
In how many years time are we looking at?
Well, I'm not, because I don't have these details, all the details with me, but definitely these are smart business. Probably under 3, 4, 5 years it's going to be repaid, and multiple of it will have made a lot of money from it. This is not rocket science. What was lacking was the intent and the will to service the people. The past administration of 2003 to 2019, I can say it was an administration that was only focused to drive the personal pockets of the drivers of the state. That was the intention. That was the motive. So if you have that intention, there is little to what you can do for the people. But in 2019, we see an holistic change from the way people in power are operating. Instead of you thinking about how much money you can steal, we are now thinking about how much legacy I can leave. The objective is not to be rich. The objective is not to lord themselves over the people. The objective is to have impact on people's life and have a legacy. It is only legacy that you have. Today, Kwanas are talking about Georgine. I don't know Georgine. I was not even born when Georgine was governor. But today, every Kwara, even my own children will know Georgine. That is a legacy, something that will outlive you when you are gone. That is what every lover of the state or the society must have, not the intention I want to steal money. Those members of the past administration, I can say with all sense of responsibility, they came to steal and made themselves happy. That's all.
All right. I still have lots of questions, but then that is all we will be able to take for today. Perhaps in a subsequent edition,
we are going
yourself
to
and one other APC member.
But lastly, give me the opportunity to appreciate and thank the people of this state. Okay. Kwaras gave the mandate to the APC in 2019. We have not failed them, and I'm assuring the people that the next 4 years of this administration, inshallah, we are going to perform even better than the first 4 years.
Kwaras are friends. All right, viewers, that is all we'll be able to take for today. Keep watching the Informer 24/7 television. Stay updated. Bye for now.